Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday to you. Steve Sipple out today. Bill Busch in. Jake Sorensen. This is Early Break, sponsored by Our One Gaina Trucking. Sip. Bill is on his way to Ainsworth to follow the commitment this morning of Carter Nelson, expected to be to Nebraska. We'll see for sure at 10 a.m.
I remember that
he'll be back tomorrow, though.
Steve Sipple made it very clear that if I drive to Ainsworth to see him go to Georgia, I'll be very upset. So I'm assuming we have some insider good news.
Yes. I guess there's a small part of me that would like to see that just for his pain and his how pissed he would be. Obviously, we don't want him to commit to Nebraska, but just for that one
little thing.
Yeah,
there'd be one thing. Even maybe if he even fakes him for like 30 seconds or something, just so he
puts the Georgia hat on, say,
just
for
a second.
Just see how they gasp. See how
when was Mr. Sipple driving up? Is he driving right now as we are on air?
So this is what he told me. He told me they were going to leave last night at 7 p.m. And take an interesting route, I thought. Now, if you go to Ainsworth from Lincoln, you're typically going west to GI and up.
That's about
right.
That'd be almost like the perfect angle.
So I checked on the maps. Like, okay, what's the different routes? That's like all 3 routes go that direction. They went through Norfolk. They stayed the night in Norfolk, then took that highway all the way through O'Neill over to Ainsworth. They probably had about 2.5-hour drive this morning after 2 hours and 15 minutes last night, something like that.
Probably
interesting route.
Maybe it was just simplicity of largest town with a hotel.
That was my thought.
That would be the only thing that would. You're not wasting time though going that direction, but that would not be the best angle to go.
I was doing some math. Looks like that route is probably 15 to 20 minutes slower than the fastest route. But like you said, in terms of trying to go halfway there, it's not go all the way this morning. Norfolk is at least it has a good amount of hotels. You want to go further than GI. It's only an hour and 15 minutes
that
or so.
That doesn't gain you a whole lot.
No, It's like why just leave in the morning? You don't have a hotel for that. So that's why they went that direction. And I assume they're probably on the road here soon if they're not already on the road now.
That'd be great. It'd be fun to have Steve Sipple call into the show.
Yeah, Sip, if you're listening, which you're probably not.
Sip, do you know the number?
The question. For about 4 years he didn't know the number. Then he finally started getting the number right.
I don't know it yet, but I'm only in like my
fifth, 6th month here.
Yeah, exactly.
6th month here, where it took him 4 years to figure it out. But he's not here today. He'll be back tomorrow, and we assume he'll be in a good mood following probably the commitment of Carter Nelson. But in case there's not, I look forward to hearing him and what his immediate reaction was to that situation.
Should be great news for us. So that's good. That's good that Mr. Sipple will be up there.
So we will have again that news is 10 a.m. We'll have the commitment. Some news there. Listen to Vershawn Jackson show, the captain. We can hear that there when that's going on. It is time though, Bill, before we get things going for Idle Chit Chat.
Their sports takes are great,
generally speaking,
but the random conversations are even better.
I don't know if you want to talk about that on the radio.
Hey, you just did.
You just did. I mean, we're not just talking amongst ourselves.
It's time for Idle Chit Chat on Early Break, sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care.
As always, Idle Chit Chat sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care. Call today for a lawn fertilizer quotes for 2023 and beyond. Newton's Lawn Care in Lincoln. Bill, anything on your mind today for Idle Chit Chat?
Well, the excitement of rain. That was a big deal.
I was pretty shocked when I woke up. I looked outside. I saw some strikes of lightning. I assumed it was my neighbors just leaving. They flashed their lights. I'm like, oh, it's just they're heading out. No, it was actually lightning and some thunder going on right now.
So that excited me. Really did. There's a little bit of rain when I was driving in. I don't think we got very much. I don't think it was to this point right now. But at least there was some thunder and some lightning, which was outstanding. So as much rain as we can get, obviously, we'll keep taking that.
Yes, it's important. I mean, obviously, it's this time of year. We've had like no rain at all in June. I think it rained on Friday, like a little bit in the morning. Other than that, it's been a pretty pretty low amount of rain in June. You can tell it's brown out there now.
So we need that as much as we can, especially because it's fireworks season coming up.
It is, and you don't want to have a dry.
Do not need that
dry out there. That causes problems when the fireworks catch the grass.
I'd love to get a text from the breakers. It appears to me that in my Jeep, I think it's a 2021. It has 30,000 miles on it. Then my brakes are going out.
Okay.
Squeaking of brakes.
Wait, how many miles?
A little over 30,000. That seems very odd to me.
Yep.
It seems very odd to me that they should be going out there. But there is a definite squeaking in the brakes that I can tell. So I need to get that checked out. But that just seems very odd to me. But I don't know much about brakes. I can say I'm not a big brake, but I've never that really has me kind of befuddled right now, my brake situation.
Well, it should. I told you I was driving the van in Utah. I was coming down from Park City, and this thing had like 1,000 miles. It's a brand new van, and it smells like it's on fire because the brakes can't handle the mountains of Park City.
Really?
Of Utah. Yeah, it was like it smelled like something was about to burst in the car. Park it for 2 hours. Everything's fine after that. But 30,000 miles still is pretty young for brake issues.
That's kind of, I felt that was in the 50s, I thought, at least.
I thought more than that.
Yeah. So anyway, we have a brake situation I need to get dealt with. So I'm going to have to try to get that taken care of.
Texter says it could just be brake dust.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if that is.
Could be.
I don't think it's a big deal. I think if you got it checked, it wouldn't be a huge issue.
I don't think so, but it's nice to know the breakers are much more intelligent than I am. So,
well, speaking of that, people, I'm not sure to take this as a diss or a compliment. Here's a text coming in regarding when I said that Sip is staying in Norfolk last night.
Yes.
Someone says, I just appreciate that Jake is pronouncing Norfolk correctly. Listen, I lived in Nebraska for 23 years. I should know how some towns are pronounced, especially a bigger town.
So that town got you sometimes?
No. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is that a diss or a compliment? Because people do say it Norfolk as it looks. It's Norfolk. It has been. It always has been. But if you're not from here, you'd say Norfolk because
correct.
Why would you say Norfolk? It doesn't look like fork. It's an L, not an R at the end. Yeah. But I don't know if we have mentioned Norfolk on this show many times. Yeah. High school athletes from there. We've been sitting up there for a speech and got some beer from a listener that came by and brought him beer back for us. So why would I get that wrong? Why does
Sipple always get beer delivered to him? Remember, he got the Big Wave beer delivered to him in Gretna the other time.
He did
last week.
Well, sadly, the problem is that I kind of asked the listeners to give us beer because I like beer. And when Sip's out and about,
but he's the one that always gets
speeches,
it.
Because he's there. So like I don't go to Norfolk. I go through it to Crofton once in a while to my parents, my in-laws' house, but I don't stop in Norfolk. Bogners is gone.
Yes,
sadly, I never got a chance to experience.
Yeah, that's why we had to cover it
yesterday.
Supper
Club.
Yes,
of Bogners,
the disappearance of the rural supper club,
which I heard was an incredible place and wonderful steak.
Yes,
but I didn't get a chance to experience that. Someone says, "Oh, he comes back." Says back, it's not a diss. I went to Northeast College in Norfolk, and you wouldn't believe how many still said it wrong up there.
I will say this also for him going to Northeast Community College. What a college. Oh my.
I've been there before.
Their campus is unreal and what they have and the different programs that they have. Obviously, some people go there just to start their 2 years off and go and then move on to a 4-year school. Some do some sort of trades, but their campus and the people that they educate, I am big double thumbs up. To Northeast. That's where my dad played football.
No.
They used to have football. Junior college
football. When did that end?
But that I'm not sure.
A long time
ago.
They were
the Jayhawks.
The Jayhawks.
Yes. No, the Blackhawks. Sorry.
Okay.
Here's to the Blackhawks. Yes, that's what it was, the Blackhawks, not the Jayhawks. Screwed that. Yeah, that's where he played junior college football. And so that I don't know what that would have disappeared probably sometime in the maybe 70s. Probably went away. He would have been playing in the 50s.
Okay,
when they were playing.
Too, yeah.
Yep. So it was a big deal to play for
the Jayhawks. The Jayhawks, not of Kansas, but of Northeast Community College.
No, Blackhawks. I was wrong on that. Blackhawks.
The Blackhawks of Northeast Community College in Norfolk.
Yes, I have a picture of him in his uniform playing for.
What did he play?
What's that? Running back.
Running back?
Yeah, running back. Then went on to Wayne State. Didn't play anymore. Played 2 years of junior college, and that wrapped it up for him.
At least he got some football in there.
Yes, he did.
Better than no football. Right?
Yes.
As me and Sip have. So no
exactly.
football. Yeah. Thank you. Ron. Yeah. Ron's already got us beat. Big time. 464-5685. Call or text as always. That is Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care. So I was going through, I'll admit this. I hardly ever go to a forum at all. A message board, because all it is you fall into just a pit of hell. Usually, it's a lot of.
I would agree with that.
Things.
As a coach, you just never went to him. I never went.
Yeah, I
to
can't
him
imagine a coach would even think about going to a message
Some people do.
board.
Some people do. Some people, members of their family might go and look and
sure, members
and so it's not a good thing because it can be just one random thing that can set you off or whatever, and also they have no facts.
No, it's always wrong. It's always I heard this. Yeah, this I'm hearing this from my source that this is going on. No, your source isn't real. You're making stuff up. Right. So again, I never ever go to forums, but yesterday Sip and his crew, Husker Online, were having a chat. They have a chat every hour where people get to ask, or every 1 hour on Tuesdays, people ask questions. And I thought it was interesting regarding kind of a challenge that was put out by Nebraska fans to their own people in terms of partying. Okay. So we all know that LSU in the College World Series, was obviously the champions. Mm-hmm. Great appearance. They win it all. They had like 50,000 shots they bought at Rocco's, the bar right by the stadium. And we all know that Omaha loves LSU because LSU brings people in droves. They party. They spend money. And a common question I was seeing on the chat yesterday was, if Nebraska made the CWS, could they put up 50,000 shots like LSU did at Rocco's? Now, Bill, you've been a part of both fan bases. Now, you've obviously been a coach. You've not been in the fan base. You've been a coach at LSU. You've been to Baton Rouge. You've been in Nebraska. Lincoln. Is there any? And people take this. If you be honest with them, is there any way Nebraska fans could hang in a party with LSU competition?
They have a very strong fan base, a tremendous group of following that they have. So I think, would they hang? Absolutely.
Could they last though?
And also like with the number, because I listened to this last night on a podcast, or when I was driving, they had the owner of Raising Cane's on, and he bought the 30,000.
He did,
and one of the reasons he did that was, or that whatever he bought, the amount that he bought was to break a record. And the other thing was, he mentioned was for the charity also. The $2 of each shot go to the and I'm not 100% sure what the charity is that they've selected.
Yeah, I'm not either, but there's a charity.
The
charity money.
So it's not just Rocco's bringing in money over the top,
right?
And so that was one of the reasons. So that number I think got a little inflated because all of a sudden you just get this, and so that they were just handed out. So I think at that point in time, I don't know if any were even purchased really again. I know they said that there was, but the bottom line is that Nebraska fans are tremendous. I think it might be a little harder for Nebraska fans for one reason, because whether you're from Omaha or wherever you're from, in general, you would probably travel to the game and then get in a car and travel back home, where LSU was all staying there.
That's right.
Overnight.
It's a big deal.
So when they woke up in the morning, they were there. So if they were playing at 6 p.m., they were up and getting ready to go at 9 a.m. And they were in the district right there. They were downtown. They were down in the old market area. So that'd be a slight difference to us.
That's helpful for them.
A slight difference to us right there. But no, I mean, I don't want to probably take some shots for this one, but no, when it comes to just, if you go walk around Nebraska Stadium and walk around Death Valley, it's not the same as far as what the tailgates are like.
Are they right by the stadium?
Yeah, they're right next. I told my friend, just go wherever you need to go and just start walking when they were there. And it was just extraordinary, the work that went through to set everything up. And I think part of it is that they're built a little bit better for it. Nebraska here has some parking lots that are a little bit away, but right around there's a Champions lot, correct? And that's very small.
That's right. Yep.
That's a very small little area that's right there. So that's the part that's probably a little different, where people just set up all across campus they're on campus. Awesome. They're on campus being set up. When we used to drive, because we drove through campus from the school hotel there. So that part would be different. The people aren't different. There's a people with great passion, great people. There's just certain setups that are different, when you go play there. When you go to Wisconsin, as far as like tailgating, it's terrible. The place is landlocked. There is no tailgating areas there. The stadium and everything is built right in the middle of campus, and so there's not oh man, with the tailgating at Wisconsin was nuts. The people of Wisconsin have great passion. They're a lot of fun.
The bars nearby
are a lot of fun with that. but their tailgating is not. That's not what they do.
But imagine if that place was able to be tailgated around. I mean, it's both
Wisconsin,
Nebraska,
those two would both. If they had the setup that was better, and it just got to be very extravagant, yes, it would be a lot better. But that's like, remember when T-Bob called in? He said, he goes, education, we struggle. We're between 49th and 50th. Healthcare, all the things, you name it was bad. Corrupt government, he said. But he said, but boy, can we tailgate? We'll give you a warm hug. And so that's just that's one of the things that they're known for.
All these bad things, but
yes.
Man, we are fun people.
We're fun people.
We'll give you a warm hug. Party.
Welcome.
We know how to party.
So I think Nebraska, with their energy, they would surely be a part of everything. The travel would make it, I think, a little bit different, with it. But I obviously, I've seen Nebraska play in the CWS. I've been there to watch them play, and so that crowd was insane because it had to be a 90%. All red.
Yes.
When they did play when I was coaching here the second time, and so that was fun to be able to go over and be able to watch that. It would be great to see him get to the CWS now with the new location. That was at Rosenblatt.
That's
when
right.
Playing there.
Yeah.
And so
they've only played at that park for the Big Ten tournament and against Creighton ever.
Yes. So that would be nice to see. But do I think Nebraska is going to show up? Absolutely. Absolutely.
But there's no doubt that they'd have massive crowds. I think the question was mostly posed on the forums, like, can Nebraska out party LSU? And I don't know if they can. That's not a shot at Nebraska. Like you said, T-Bob mentioned, hey, we're low on these things.
Yeah.
We know how to party. We're good people. We'll give you a hug. Like, it's a bigger party university than Nebraska. Now, they've also had more to celebrate recently. They've won things. They've won 2 championships this year with women's basketball and baseball. Nebraska didn't win anything this year in terms of championships. But LSU football is typically pretty good. They've had a couple rough years, but typically a pretty dang good team.
When it comes to attendance, Nebraska is a much better fan base. Like I said before, when we played 2019 Utah State, and for some reason, which only happened once when I was there the whole time, we got an 11 o'clock kick, and place was 60,000 tops in the 100,000 seat stadium. They're like, we don't do this. We do night games, or we do the CBS game of the week, and that's what we do. And then they wasn't full, wasn't even close, and so that's where Nebraska would be way different. So attendance is way different.
Texture says Nebraskans don't know how to party. They know how to get drunk. Apparently, people from Louisiana know how to party. Basically, that's why I thought they party a little bit harder there.
Yeah,
a little harder.
They have. I said that's just their DNA and the preparation for it. Because like when you go to eat something like that, you're gonna have gumbo at every tailgate. Jambalaya is gonna be every tailgate. All the different foods you're gonna have, because it's also nothing's gonna compare to New Orleans and Baton Rouge or the state of Louisiana in how important food is and the different type of cuisine. Where most places don't. It's like, well, what's the special food of Alabama?
Don't know.
State. Don't know. But the food. You're known if you go to Louisiana. Everyone says
Cajun.
what?
It's Cajun.
It's just
food.
like, and everybody's just like, oh my, and it's seafood. It's just everyone's like, oh my, this is unbelievable.
It's the place to be. It's the place to be.
So it's a little different that way.
I have a text regarding something from yesterday, Bill, for you. Ready for this? 464-5685. Texture says, we talked about supper clubs yesterday.
Yes.
On the radio in Bill's Thrills.
Yes.
Has Bill been to Smokey's Club in Madison, supper club?
I don't. Who said that text?
I don't have a name here.
This is very upsetting. Here's what I'm going to tell you why
I think it might be Tom.
Well, I can tell you, Tom, why it's so upsetting. Smokey's is the greatest supper club in America in Madison. They have an old style sign that is up. I've been there probably 40 times. 2 years ago, when the Wisconsin up there to play, there was 2 of our administrative workers. I said, don't go to the team meal, go to Smokey's.
Okay.
That's how good it is. It is incredible. Smokey's closed like 2 or 3 months ago.
This year.
Yes. It's the greatest supper club that I've ever been to. And I've been to it and asking about the potatoes there that you get are a thick hash brown potato. That's what you get when you walk in. It's like I described it. The lounge is there. That's where your waiting area is.
Close my eyes here.
Close your eyes right there. And you're off to the right to it. It's the most, like I said, there's no place in America that I'd like to go eat more than
Smokey's.
Smokey's in Madison. That'd be the number one place.
Did it close? It just wasn't doing very well anymore.
That really surprised me because I know when I was that was back. I started going there when I was a graduate assistant at Wisconsin. Then I went back there as a full time, so I was there several times during that. That's the only place. Even at my age of being very young as a graduate assistant, I would go to Smokies and eat. That's where I went for. That's where I go get dinner. I'd go to Smokies. Yes. So whoever that is brilliant because they've been to probably one of the ultimate places, and it's close, and that's very close to the stadium. Very close to the stadium. It's almost walking distance to the stadium.
I must have walked right by it there.
Yeah. And it's old school. I mean, it's an old school building. Everything about it, the carpet, it just screams supper club. Is what it did. Salad bar, everything you wanted.
Dang, everything.
Yes.
I have not been to every school in the Big Ten in terms of games, but Madison by far was like the most fun I've had at a road game. Iowa City, it's okay, but it's not Madison. Madison was great. Like you said, the environment around the stadium, you can't party, you can't tailgate there, but they do have alcohol on campus. You can buy beer at the Union and look over the lake, which is awesome. And there's bars right by the stadium, which are great. It's a fun atmosphere.
Yeah. But when you talk about places, when you go to look at certain things, because obviously when I was there, we won 10 and 11 games. So we had good teams and good seasons. And Coach Alvarez had a great history already going. And then you go on top of it because they have the jump around. They have a great student section. They have a cool stadium, a lot of energy. But then you go over you just walk 2 blocks over to the student union. It overlooks, the lake, Lake Mendota. I mean, it's insane. And all like in the summer, like right now, there's bands that play every night out there on the patio that overlooks everything. The boats pull up from the lake and park when the bands are playing. So it's quite a scene. It really is.
Yeah, we need a lake at Nebraska. We need a lake on the campus in Lincoln.
It'd be nice.
Capitol Beach is too far to the west.
Yes,
it's not
too
there.
far.
We need a lake on the campus because that's awesome. Wisconsin's got it made there.
But I don't know if we can get that. We're trying to get the dome put in first.
Well, what's more important, the lake or the dome?
I don't know.
I mean, the dome. We need the retractable roof ASAP. It's important for the stadium.
We need to have ASAP.
Need to have
yes.
And by the way, this is going to hurt you too. Texture says before this show yesterday and today, I had never heard the term supper club ever before.
That's kind of the common name for it. That was always most of them are even titled that way. So I think Smokies was Smokies Supper Club. That's the way you see it. And it's just in those places, and generally those places, like I said, that's why it says supper club. They don't do a lunch. They're a supper club. They open up at 4. That's when they open.
4 p.m.
4 p.m.
Not lunch.
4
p.m.
We do supper here. Yeah.
What's their name say? Is it the lunch club?
No,
it's the damn supper club.
Supper club.
It's the supper club.
That's when we show up. That's when we open the doors.
464-5685. Someone says, going back quickly to our conversation about the partying with LSU and Nebraska. They say if Nebraska had sustained success in sports like LSU had over the last 10 years, Nebraska hasn't really had that besides a couple sports here and there rising up. We might see what it looks like for Nebraska to travel and have these type of big crowds and parties. But we haven't been able to see that because the sports have not been winning at a high level like LSU.
Winning always helps. Winning helps everything. Here's what's funny about the reset of LSU. The talk is just about how they won the West last year in the SEC and got the SEC championship game. Then they talk about the women's basketball that they had. They won it all. Men's baseball won it all, which is a huge scene here in Omaha. And they're talking about how fast they reset. Don't forget that 2 days ago, while LSU was here in the middle of their national championship run, it got announced that they're losing 37 games or is coming off
That's
of
right.
their 37 games have been now swiped from the books for the use of an illegal player through some form of payment that's been proven to a player. So Les Miles loses 37 wins, which drops him below the 60 percentile to get into the College Football Hall of Fame.
Now, let me ask you this. What do you think he was a Hall of Famer before this?
Potentially. Won a national championship. So potentially. But the unique part is that it wasn't really even mentioned.
It wasn't.
It wasn't
You're
like
totally right.
It's like, no, I really don't care. That was from like 15 years ago or whatever it was. Don't care. We're playing baseball. I mean, it wasn't even a story. No one cared. I think that's one of the more crazy rules that make no sense whatsoever, where the NCAA is going to say we're going to take these wins away. I don't get that. The part is that's why people really don't care. They really don't.
Slap them with the fine.
They're like, well,
fine.
we had this, because no one cares. There's not one fan going, well, I can't believe that doesn't count anymore. So it does.
We won the game. We were there. We remember.
It did. The news was like it came across. The storyline came across, and then it was over. That was it. It was a story for about 30 minutes, and it was over. Not one word was mentioned when they were winning the national championship. But by the way, they also don't forget, people, they gave up 37 wins, back in like 2010 to 2015 or whatever it was. Like, nope, doesn't come up.
I was at the game. They won that game. I recall. I was there. Yeah. Can't take that away. You can't take away memory here.
Yeah. So they came back, they reset. So that, like I said, it's a very ascending program right now.
Yeah, I don't really know. Again, if Nebraska had something that happened like that and they had to vacate those wins, it would hurt. They're standing in terms of all-time wins, which they are proud of where they stand there. Yeah. But you would say we were there. Like, come on, we didn't lose those games. Take them away. We won the game. We won the championship. We won all these things.
And you can't look back at that too and say, well, the player that they had that was so-called purchased illegally, not purchased, but is purchased pay for play. How they got him on the team wasn't a factor in that either. Where it was like it'd be different if you had if it was a Leonard Fournette or if it was Joe Burrow or something like that. Like, well, that's a big difference whether they have won without him or not. These games, there wasn't going to be a change in my mind on how the games played out with where they went. It's like vacating wins for USC and Reggie Bush.
Yes, come on now, and they take away his Heisman.
Yeah.
That if you watch football that year, you can say all you want about what he did wrong with things, but that was the best player in college football. You can't take that part away. On the field, he was the best player, and you can take away his Heisman. But we all know that he's still the Heisman Trophy winner that year. There was a winner. It was him, and we will all still register that in our heads. That's the winner that year, yes. Reggie Bush. So
agreed.
Come on, taking away stuff is stupid. Slap him with fines, all sorts of penalties like that, but don't take away wins and titles. Come on now, it's a big deal. I've been informed that Sean is not able to join us today. He's driving. He's got to make sure that SIP gets to Ainsworth safely.
Okay.
So we will not have Sean Callahan next segment, but we'll have him on next week. If you want to give us a text or call 402-464-5685, we will have more next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Motor Food is Lincoln's hardest rocking food truck and cafe. Motor Food creates old school comfort food with a 21st century twist and lots of rock and roll attitude. Try the barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese, the grilled chicken Firebird sandwich, a 100% all beef split grilled hot dog, and any version of their funky fries. Stop by the cafe just behind Outback Steakhouse on 48th Street or catch the food truck out and about all spring and summer. Check out their menu, order carry out, or schedule catering at motorfoodtruck.com.
Hey, CNC machinists, do you feel like you're in a dead-end job with your boss hovering over your shoulder? That's so annoying. Not at Garner Industries. We provide the opportunity and trust our CNC machinists to bring the talent. I'm Bob Williams, HR Director at Garner Industries, and we're looking for new team members in our CNC department. At Garner Industries, you'll work in a clean, climate-controlled, and safe environment with team members who want to see you succeed. You will also enjoy 4-day work weeks, great benefits, and a positive working culture. Interested? Apply on our career page at garnerindustries.com.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415 or online at ambitionelectric.com.
It's summertime at the Lincoln YMCA. With 3 outdoor pools, swim lessons, camps, youth sports, and child watch, there's never a dull moment for the kids. Take your wellness goals to new heights with the Y's vast array of cardio and strength training options, free group exercise classes, and the dedicated help of their specialists that will work with you to implement a plan customized to meet your needs. With 4 convenient locations, there's a YMCA near you. Let's make this the best summer yet. Visit ymcalincoln.org to join today. The YMCA, for a better us.
Tailored Life is now open in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, for both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, shrubs, vines, perennials, and colorful annuals. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Arnold's Tavern in Havelock is the place to be this summer and the best place in town for shuffleboard. Come on Wednesdays and learn from some of the best players in town for the shuffleboard corner for just $5 and get your first drink on the house. Come on Sundays for open house league all day starting at 11 a.m. and enjoy $3 tall boys and $3 wells. Happy hour is every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and you are always welcome to bring in your own food. Arnold's Tavern in the heart of Havelock.
Are you ready to upgrade your combine? Don't wait. Act now to choose from the widest selection of used combines at Acres Equipment. Acres, the nation's largest John Deere combine dealer, is offering 2.9% interest for 60 months on over 100 pre-owned combines. Go to acres.com to view a huge inventory of low-hour, late-model John Deere combines. Find what you like, and we'll deliver it to your farm for free. Acres, solutions for every field.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Old School with DP and J.
I could think of Nebraska beating Oklahoma in a day where it was 1 versus 2, and that level is pretty high. But then in retrospect, historically what it reminded me of, the depth, the quality, the humanity that was on that team, that just destroyed Florida.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, if you're just tuning in, Steve Sipple out today. I was just informed they are in Norfolk still. They'll be departing soon for Ainsworth.
Still in Norfolk. So,
as
so
of
they
right now, they're still in Norfolk.
So they took off early to get a jump on things just to sleep in.
They left yesterday around 7 p.m. to get to Norfolk, whatever the hotel they're staying at. But they are still, as of right now, they are still in Norfolk.
Gotcha.
I think it's just under 2.5 hours to Ainsworth
from there.
Yeah. So,
and the event's at noon, correct? I'm sure they want to be there.
Is it noon or 10?
Ahead.
I thought it was.
Oh, is it 10? Oh, I don't know.
I thought it was 10.
Is it?
It's either 10 or noon. Regardless, whenever it happens, we'll have you covered here in the station.
That would be horrific if they drove to Norfolk and didn't make it in time for the announcement.
They thought it was at noon. It's actually 10. Oh God, we got to go.
We got to go.
Get out of here, man. We got to roll. Sean Callahan, though, will not join us. He'll be back next week. He's, again, about ready to head out on the road. And
I wonder if they're listening to the show, because I'd like to know where they stayed at last night and what their breakfast was like this morning.
Good question.
I'd like to know where they stayed at in Norfolk. I wonder if they stayed yeah, I'm just be interested to know where they went.
Now, Sip has told you before, has told all listeners about how he's not allowed to drive on road trips.
Just poor driving.
I think in general, he says when he's driving in Lincoln, he gets the what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like the hands up all the time, because
I can see him being very distracted.
He said the other day, he sat at a green light for 7 seconds and got honked at.
He was hugging Bullet. He was hugging Bullet. Yeah,
he was.
Yeah,
but like I rode with him one time, like when we had a Perkins over where the Chick-fil-A's at now.
Yep.
I mean, that's seriously what a 2 blocks away.
Tops.
2 blocks, and he crossed the center line twice. And he didn't get honked at. But he had I'm like, this is a 30-second drive. So this is ridiculous. I can't imagine. Like,
I'm trying to think what would have me get in the car with Sipple or his truck. What would it be? Probably be something like that.
We're going to Perkins.
Going to the Village Inn.
We're going to the Village Inn.
Some type of thing. So I don't know. I don't think I agree with that though. I would not feel safe with Sipple at the wheel.
Anything over 5 minutes of driving, come out. 30, 2 minutes is probably the max with Sip.
We talk about distracted driving. He's the leader.
I can't imagine sitting at a green light for 7 seconds. If I was behind him, I said I would have absolutely honked. I would have held the horn down, Bill Busch style, coming in and just blaring that thing. I'd do that.
I tell you what's hard for me now. If I drive my wife's car, her horn is horrible. And when you honk it,
what's wrong with it?
It's just embarrassing. It's so weak.
It's weak.
Oh, it's terrible. Matter of fact, I honked at my middle daughter Olivia, and then I always like to honk in the garage. And they're in the garage, it's 10 times as loud and it makes everybody jump. So I enjoy that. So I was in their mom's car, hit at that, and she just looks at me and she's like, "That horn's terrible." Yeah. So
I could see you, Bill, at going car shopping and you're just going through.
Oh, I'd test the horn. I'd test the horn.
Excuse me, everybody. Hang on 1 second.
Yeah. The horn's my favorite part of the car.
It's got to be a good horn. You can say this car's great. It looks awesome. The problem is, got a weak horn. Can't buy it.
I love honking too at random people. Just if I'm driving down 70th and somene's walking or I honk at
while they're walking.
Oh
really?
Yeah. I honk it. Yeah. And then they'll wave and they're in their mind.
Or they jump.
But they would think what they're thinking there. They're like, who was that? I must know them.
Guy,
I should know them. They don't. So that's fun.
Yeah, you just mess with them. Yeah. How dare you? I love that. 402-464-5685. Someone sent us $2 in on the YouTube stream. Actual $2.
How do you do that?
I don't know. I've never.
Do we have a GoFundMe?
Listen. I've seen this before. I don't know how they do it. But Cole says here's $2 and he has a question for us.
Okay.
Now you would know because you were at LSU again. Back to our comparison, LSU Nebraska. We have not. Now we have seen maybe some renderings. We have not seen the updated version of Nebraska's new facility on campus. But he says, how will that new facility compare to LSU from your experience at LSU's facility?
I never had a full walkthrough. I just had I saw everything. From what I see of it like that, I think it's significantly better than LSU's.
Okay.
Yes. LSU is, I said, we had a very nice facility. Our locker room had the adjustable beds in them where they could sit down. They could actually sleep in the locker room. But it wasn't ridiculous. Like Clemson has a spiral slide in there to go from one floor to the other.
Wow.
Type of thing. I will say that the training table was directly attached. So from the players' locker room, take maybe 20 seconds to get into the training room afterwards or whenever they were eating. That was really nice. And then we had which they're going to have here also, they had a walkthrough room. So we had a room to go into in the complex to walk through, and we could show video up on the board, and it was on the full wall. So that was very, very unique, but there's never a time where LSU is over the top in that area. It's and matter of fact, when they built it, we were out of it for a year in 2018. And it was just remodeled. When we went back in, my room was much nicer, but it's very similar and stuff. So they didn't bulldoze the place down and put an entire new one up. They just improved it. And so, other than that, I would definitely say that Nebraska will be ahead of them in the facilities race.
By the way, you are correct. I had the wrong. It is noon today, and so they could have left this morning. They could have left today.
They could have left.
Could have left today.
Sounds like they wanted to go out and have a little fun last night in Norfolk.
Maybe they did.
I think they had something going on there in Norfolk.
Maybe they visited the bars.
Yeah, I'd like to know where they were at in Norfolk last night.
The pub scene in Norfolk.
Yes.
Not Norfolk, but Norfolk.
Yeah.
Okay. This is from someone from the Philippines has chimed in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the Philippines. JJ says, Bill would fit right in here in the Philippines.
Why is that?
The horn is the most essential part of the vehicle. However, traffic laws are just a suggestion here.
Are they? That is
You'd
very
fit right in, Bill.
That was very common in when I was in New York City a lot, especially not in Manhattan, but in other boroughs recruiting. And you got honked. You were honking all the time. You honked, got honked at. It wasn't a big deal. It was kind of an alert almost. It wasn't like a get going. It's like, hey, just I'm right here type of thing. So you honked all the time. Horns were always going.
That's it's the most essential part of the vehicle.
Yes.
In the Philippines. Yeah, if you don't have a horn,
Right.
you're not going to
get in.
You're not going to make it in the Philippines.
Hello, they're just a suggestion.
Yeah, the traffic laws. It's just 45 miles per hour.
I'm
do what you want.
Driving in
Do what you
today,
want.
coming down O Street, and I see a speed trap, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of crazy. I'm like, no, it's not. What month is it?
It's the 28th.
28th of June.
See, I didn't see the speed trap. Was that past 84th or not?
Nope. It was just it would be it was not past 84th. It was between 70th and 56th.
Okay,
is where it was at.
I was there.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
It was on the opposite side. Opposite side.
I could have got pulled over.
Could have got it.
Maybe I was speeding. I don't know if I was or not.
So it's back. It's back.
Someone said, go to Divots in Norfolk. Divots is a wonderful brewery up in Norfolk.
Divots is very nice. I have stayed there, and I have
Divots?
spoken at events at Divots. Yeah, it's really nice. They have like a convention center type place up there. They'll have some small bands. They'll have some little mini concert type of situations at Divots. They'll get some name bands come in. So yes, I would vacation Divots in a heartbeat. I would. Oh, I'd spend a whole weekend there.
Divots.
Yes, I would go. I'd like to go there for a whole weekend.
You should.
I'd like to get there around noon on a Friday and depart like noon on Sunday. I would love it.
Check out. I think they had sand volleyball there at one point. Don't they?
I believe they do. It's great. It's
like
a great venue.
From Kip, he says regarding the horn situation here. Horn, back to horn. He says, "How about that quote? Can you check under the hood real quick and then you give him the horn?"
That's funny. That kind of stuff is really
that's
funny.
a Bill Busch horn right there.
Yes, I always just wait until the family members, whoever, get right in front of the car, especially in the garage. In my Jeep, it'll rock you pretty good.
Check my headlights real quick.
Yeah. I used to always, a lot of times I would drop off my youngest daughter Gigi at school, and so I'd always ask, now, when I pick you up or drop you off, do I honk you? Is this a no honk day? She's like, no. She'd look at me to shake her. It's no honk day. No honk. Sometimes I give the fake, and I would like that. But sometimes when I pick her up, though, I'd lay on the horn and wave at her. And
you
stuff.
let her choose if the horn can be honked?
Yeah, she chose no.
Okay.
Yes, pretty much all the time.
I could see you going and say, I think it's a horn day.
Yeah, horn day. Give it a shot.
Opting for something
they knew the risks when their mom married me. They knew the risks.
Someone says, I saw several speed traps around town yesterday. The quota is definitely real. I wasn't joking. We were not joking about this. It's no laughing matter. And I don't think there's no cop that has said to us or me or you that it's not real. We
only see him this time of year.
They're not going to confirm it is real. They just won't say it's not real.
Yeah. The only time we see him is about the 28th on. 27th is pushing. It's only like the last 2 or 3 days.
If a cop does not confirm it's real, but doesn't say it's not real, then it's definitely real, right?
It's a real. If you're saying that, yes, I'm going to support you.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that. Before we get to break, I saw there's some sad news in the world of football yesterday. Remember the name Ryan Mallett?
Oh yeah, this is a horrible story.
Ryan Mallett, the former Arkansas quarterback who set some records there, was drafted by the Patriots, I believe, in the 3rd round. Went through a couple different teams in the NFL. He drowned in Florida yesterday, age 35. He was gonna be a 2nd-year head coach in high school football, and he drowned.
Had 7 years in the NFL. The story that I read, it wasn't in great detail, but it sounded as if there was a group of swimmers that got caught, and I'm assuming this is a riptide, and several made it out but were exhausted. And by the time they got Ryan out, they were unable to get him to respond. And so that's exactly what it sounds that they were, where they were assuming that there was some sort of a riptide that ended up that he got caught in. And it's just well known that you can't beat those physically.
Nope.
The only from all the research I've heard on for that, it's always, if you ever get in one and you know you're in one, you have to swim the opposite way. You have to swim out into the ocean to get out of the current, to have a chance to come back in, or someone to come save you, because you can't beat it back in. But that's just horrible news.
35 years old.
35 years old. It also tells you someone that's in, I'm sure he was still in great shape. And so it tells you also that you just can't beat those conditions, but no matter what situation that you're in. And they're probably hard to identify what they look like, what a riptide looks like. I'm unfamiliar with those for never being not an ocean swimmer. So I don't know that, but I mean, I'm sure they were just in having fun. I doubt it wasn't like a bunch of people saying, hey, let's go out 100 yards into the ocean. I doubt that was the case, but it was just when I read it, it was just, I reread it like 2 or 3 times. Like was this false news type of thing? And it's just, that's as heartbreaking as life gets right there.
35 years old again, did play 7 years in the NFL, like you said, with the Patriots, Texans, and Ravens. Was going to be his second season as the head coach at Whitehall High School in Arkansas this upcoming season. But a horrible situation there. Certainly thinking about his family and the Arkansas community as well regarding that. But Ryan Mallett passes away at age 35. Great he was a dang good quarterback. He had a huge arm.
Twice he was the second in the voting in I think he was second team all SEC quarterback.
Correct. You are correct.
Twice. Yep. That's hard to do.
He broke pretty much every program passing record during his time with Arkansas.
Yeah, so very, very impressive young man. I remember him well. I remember when he was coming out of high school. I remember everything about him.
So 35 years old, RIP to Ryan Mallett, the former Arkansas and NFL quarterback. When we come back, mailbag and song of the day. It's a good one today, Bill. It is a good song today.
Because Yeshua was incredible.
It might be. Yes. You've been in the nines the first 2 days of the week. I think this could be a niner.
Would this be as good as the Beach Boys, Salt Lake City?
No saxophone solo.
No saxophone solo.
You could have a guitar solo though, possibly.
All right, let's check it out.
That's next on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you ready to upgrade your combine? Don't wait. Act now to choose from the widest selection of used combines at Acres Equipment. Acres, the nation's largest John Deere combine dealer, is offering 2.9% interest for 60 months on over 100 pre-owned combines. Go to acres.com to view a huge inventory of low-hour, late-model John Deere combines. Find what you like, and we'll deliver it to your farm for free. Acres, solutions for every field.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in June. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Teammates Mentoring Program. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and our big summer sales event is underway this month. Right now, get 0.9% interest rates. Yes, you heard right. 0.9% APR on select new Chevrolet and GMC vehicles, plus a $1,500 trade-in bonus on select Silverados and Sierras. You put all that together with some big Coppell discounts, and you have a tremendous buying experience. So stop on into the dealership or check us out online at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Arnold's Tavern in Havelock is the place to be this summer and the best place in town for shuffleboard. Come on Wednesdays and learn from some of the best players in town for the shuffleboard corner for just $5 and get your first drink on the house. Come on Sundays for open house league all day starting at 11 a.m. and enjoy $3 tall boys and $3 wells. Happy hour is every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and you are always welcome to bring in your own food. Arnold's Tavern in the heart of Havelock.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today, located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
The wait is almost over. The Guardians of Freedom Air Show is the hottest event in the area, coming to Lincoln's Air Park on Saturday, August 26th and Sunday, August 27th. Elevate your air show experience with tickets to the premium seating tent, padded seats, meals, and more for just $125. Premium tickets are going fast, so buy yours today. To purchase premium tickets and for more information, visit LincolnAirShow.com. We'll see you at the Guardians of Freedom Air Show in late August.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
A few isolated thunderstorms possible this morning, then becoming sunny and hot, a high of 96. It will feel more like 100, a light north wind at 10. Just a few passing clouds tonight with a low of 70. A chance of scattered thunderstorms tomorrow, still quite warm with an afternoon high of around 93. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big tough? If you're a big tough guy this morning,
but you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
He stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket.
Once again, your song of the day, Jailbreak by Thin Lizzy. It's 3 straight days in the 70s. 1976, 464 5685. 1 is bad, 10 is good. Texture rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day.
Going straight to me.
Oh, Sip's not here today.
Yes, we're going straight to me.
Sip is not.
I'm not used to being that rotation.
You're not. Yeah.
That's a
Sip.
new
Let me give you Sips.
Yeah,
That's probably like an 8.7 or so.
I'll try to pull up some of the lyrics quick or some of the great Thin Lizzy songs, which I always appreciate.
Well, Thin Lizzy, you got Boys Are Back in Town is their biggest one.
Boys Are Back. That's their best.
That is their biggest and best song.
Tonight
Jailbreak.
there's going to be a Jailbreak. Outstanding song. The name of the band, Thin Lizzy, is incredible. It doesn't fall. That doesn't get into the 9s though.
Wow,
does not do that. It's an 8124. 8124. Very solid. Knew all the words. Not very hard to know the words to that song. Very simple. But I did really enjoy it.
Yeah, you don't change the station for that song, right? You turn it up for that one.
Might probably turn it up. You sure don't change.
No, you don't change.
I see it more of a non-changing than a turn up. It's like, yeah, I'm going to ride this one out. Yeah, I know the words. I'm going to do this, but I'm going to ride this out. It's not one that's just, that's like, oh, wow, I'm going to crank this up. Or a song that I want to be like, you know what? I'm going to listen to that again later. I'm listening to it one more time today. It wouldn't be a one more time.
You're not
today.
Embarrassed with that song, like roll down the windows and blare it, are you?
No, you'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
You'd be okay. Not everyone would know that song. That would not be.
But the ones who do, I'm like, yeah, man, let's go.
Thin Lizzy.
Yeah. Come on, brother. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, here's some ratings on the song of the day from the text line 464-5685. Guilt Nerd, 8.99931. Just shy of a 9 from Guilt Nerd.
Solid.
4.5 from unnamed texter. Notorious BIB 7.5682. Captain J says 9.775.
Whoa, very high.
Rod, age 60, says 8.5. 8.2. Corey and Lincoln, a 5. Someone says, you said it was going to be a good song. This is not. 1.2.
1.2.
You can't give that song a 1.2.
I would not. Well, obviously I didn't. But you have to respect the breakers.
I have to respect the breakers. All breakers. Yes. I can disagree with the breakers and respect them at the same time. Someone says, yeah, that's a freaking 10, Jake. It's a freaking 10. Mike and Dalton, a 7. Eric, a 3.5, which she says is not bad for Jake in my books.
Yeah. Take a personal shot at you, too.
All the time. All the time. 6, hell yeah, Jake coming in swinging, 9.4. Who in Columbus? Bird. 7 from Bird in Columbus, 9.7. No Jennifer today, just hubby from the Novotny Nutrition and Wellness. He goes 4.5. Greg in Michigan goes above. He goes 10.59.
10.59.
10.5.
That's hard to do down a 10-point scale.
Someone says, sorry, Jake, that's a big fat 0.
0.
That's not a 0.
Went from a 10.5 to a 0.
I can show you a 0 song very quickly. I can bring a 0 up for everybody on these airwaves. You don't want that, though. 0.001, that's predictable, they said, for me. Sanderson goes 7.3. He said, not their best, not my favorite, but still pretty good rating there.
That's kind of how I feel. I feel the same as Sanderson.
4.3. Someone from Gaylord Texan Resort in Dallas, Texas says it's a 7.
Oh, nice.
7.
The Gaylord resorts are very nice.
Never been to one, I don't think.
Yeah, there's one in Nashville also.
Is there one in Denver?
I know the one in Nashville. That's where the coaches convention is
I think
at.
I went to the one in Denver. There's one out there. So thank you for the ratings. It is time right now, Bill, for the mailbag. Remember back to a couple weeks ago, I can't use my music anymore because it has been copyrighted. We have problems now. So until the NFL takes this away, I'm going to keep using this one instead.
Nice.
So how about that? Let's get to the mailbag.
The mailbag
right now. Mailbag is sponsored by Sean Erickson at Modern Woodman Fraternal Financial. Contact him for your financial needs. We go to a text that came in just now from the mailbag. Grubworm is age 34 in Wentzville, Missouri.
What a great name.
Grubworm. He says, long-time daily podcast listener, but I'm currently at the hospital listening with my wife since 4 a.m., listening live while we wait for our 4th child to be born.
Oh, this is incredible.
Love the show. Keep up the good work. This will be our last child, according to Bill. What is something that I should definitely know or definitely do, knowing this is the last time I will experience childbirth? That's kind of a big question.
That's kind of a big question. Yeah. I'd like to know from it. Is he going live into the delivery room? I'm assuring that's kind of the way things are done now. back when I was born, my dad just hung out in the lobby.
Yeah.
So they're kind of in there for the.
I'm sure he's probably
for
the fourth child.
For the fourth child like that.
You're
Yes.
used to this now.
Yes. I don't know. I don't know what it would be.
It's a tough
It's a tough question like that. What would be like this is epic. It's the last time this is going to happen. Last time we're coming in. I'm not sure what that would be. Some sort of like it maybe. Would you have some sort of like walk off? Like they have they have their walk up music in the MLBs and stuff. You go to these other youth baseball games, they'll have walk up music now. Some sort of walk up music that you can play on his phone right when the baby's getting delivered.
You could do that.
So that'd be something like that. Maybe some sort of a song memory, a related memory to a song as Child 4 comes into the world.
I would just say that's a tough question to answer on the spot. Hey, don't hit your last kid you're ever going to have. What do you do?
What do you do?
Yeah. That's tough. Okay, so from the mailbag also we have. Do you recall? Okay, last Tuesday I came back from Salt Lake City, and I told you about the airport situation with the piano.
The piano, yes,
and how someone was playing the piano,
singing.
This is from Brian. It's more of a statement. He says at Hastings College in the early 2000s, we had a piano in the cafeteria. It was there for specific events more than anything, and was behind a velvet rope to gently suggest, "Don't play me." The cafeteria workers would reinforce this idea if a rowdy Bronco, Hastings Bronco, tried to circumvent the sanctity of the rope and try to do their dime store Billy Joel impression. However, a friend of mine taught himself to play over the summer one year and would play very mellow, classical sounding music on that piano. Are you okay with that?
Oh, absolutely. Background music. I'm okay with it real simple. If they're not expecting a show out of it. If it is, because here's the way it works. It becomes a show if you're really good. So if they're listening at that, and all of a sudden the enthusiasm builds, it's because you're performing very well and people want to hear it. But yes, all of a sudden start playing out sing-along songs, and then people don't want to sing along, so it's like a Tuesday and they're in the cafeteria. But if it's just a background music like that, someone playing the song, playing the piano, there's never a time I'd walk by someone just innocently playing the piano, very non-discreet music that I'm not like, okay, all right, that would never bother me. No. I'd always want to have that going.
Just don't do the concert like the guy at my airport was doing.
And get on the patrons or not even patrons.
I can't hear you.
I can't hear you. Yes,
because I don't want you. I don't want.
I'm not here for a show.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm here to go on a flight, and I'm also here to eat lunch at Hastings.
Right.
Big fan of Hastings College. Love Hastings College.
One more from Michael in the mailbag says, "Good morning, gentlemen. Putting fandom aside, if you had the power to press pause on conference alignment or realignment during any given year and stop movement from that year onward, which year would you press pause?" Here's some options for you.
Okay.
Got it? 1996, A&M, Baylor, and Texas Tech joined the Big 8 to form the Big 12. Okay. 2004, Miami and Va Tech joined the ACC. 2011, Nebraska joined the Big 10. Colorado and Utah joined the Pac-12. 2012, A&M and Missouri joined the SEC. West Virginia and TCU joined the Big 12. 2014, Louisville joins ACC. Maryland, Rutgers joined the Big 10. And then, of course, this last year, UCLA, or coming up 2024, UCLA, USC to the Big 10, Oklahoma, and Texas to the SEC. Is there a year there you would pause what happened and say no more of this?
Yeah, mine would be the Missouri, Texas A&M.
Okay.
I would pause that and have them stay in the Big 12. Yes, that when Texas and Texas A&M split up, that was a big deal. I
totally agree with that.
That was a big deal, and they obviously both like, we're not playing each other either. If you want to do that, we're not doing this. And
kill the great
even though you have to give Missouri credit for taking that, and then also you have to remember that Missouri, I believe, in their first 2 years, won the East.
That's right.
Their first year, they were in the SEC champ. Now, since then, now they're just a afterthought.
But it's similar to Nebraska. Yeah. Nebraska came into the Big 10 and didn't win it the first year, but the second year they were in the conference title
game. Yes,
have not been back ever since 2012.
And so I think Nebraska moved to the Big 10 is brilliant. I think because first of all, you're in the highest. I mean, the Big 10 is the most lucrative league there is. It's even ahead of the SEC as far as money. And as far as TVs, people watching you, it's bigger. So being in that spot is really good. I wish that the Texas A&M one is the one that I'd like to see. Second one probably would be the Big 12 they've rallied back really well, but the losing of Texas and Oklahoma to the SEC That's kind of a tough one. It really is.
I'm not sure. I'm looking forward personally to those schools in the SEC. They're Big 12 teams.
Yeah. So that's a little bit of a hard one. The Big Ten was brilliant in getting the USC and UCLA because it added just great teams. It added vision across the entire country. It's just hard to really wrap your arms around travel. It's really hard to wrap your arms around being on the extreme. Even if you're Penn State, that has to go up. But when you're Penn State, everyone's over here, and they're probably not going to have to travel to both schools in 1 year. You're not going to have to do that. Yeah. Or if you're Rutgers or whoever, anyone on the East Coast. But if you're on the other side of it, it's like there's only we're always going to play UCLA. Well, who else? That's it. The next closest one's Nebraska.
Yep.
That's the next closest school.
You made that trip.
So,
it's not that bad.
So that is a major piece, in my opinion, of how will this work if they don't expand more to have 4 teams on the West Coast, to have a Oregon and a Washington. So it's okay. We have a little pod over here that we play, and then we expand outside of that pod. But that's kind of incredible. But at the same time, don't think it's not going to be cool to see Michigan going to USC.
Totally agree.
Yeah, Can't wait for that when that comes on, it's like, yeah, this is really cool. So there's a lot of things I do like about it also.
All right, that is the Mailbag, sponsored by Sean Erickson at Modern Woodman Fraternal Financial. Contact him for your financial needs. Sean Erickson, Modern Woodman Fraternal Financial, our sponsor of the Mailbag. Top of the hour is next, an early break in the ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Hello, Talking Deer here. I want to take this time to thank the Nebraska Lottery. Since 1993, Nebraska Lottery proceeds, over $900 million, have gone to its beneficiaries, including the environment. And since I'm out here in the field every day, I see it firsthand, or first hoof, I guess.
Who are you talking to, dear?
Oh, I was just thanking the Nebraska Lottery and all the people who play for supporting the Nebraska environment.
That's nice, dear.
The Nebraska Lottery. 30 years of building a better Nebraska.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in June. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Teammates Mentoring Program. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415, or online at ambitionelectric.com.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. But there are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
If your home water doesn't taste right, look right, or smell right, just call Bryant for the solution to your water problem. Call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Tailored Life is now open in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, for both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, shrubs, vines, perennials, and colorful annuals. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
Guys, it's that time again. Another 10-week challenge at Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is starting on July 8th. I joined Farrell's a little over a year ago, and with their help, I've lost over 125 pounds and can confidently say I'm in the best shape of my life. The 10-week challenge combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching in a way that is approachable and achievable for any skill level. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off the cost of enrollment. Head to theticketfm.com and click on the banner on the homepage to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 70th and Vine or 40th and Yankee Hill.
Junior Achievement of Lincoln inspires and prepares young people for success. Learn more about the people involved in the organization and the success stories over the years each Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Junior Achievement Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans, so I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Wednesday. Steve Sipple out today on his way to Ainsworth for Carter Nelson's announcement at noon. Bill Busch is here. Jake Sorensen, Hour 2, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Member FDIC, locations in Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. New location coming to 70th and Pioneers by early 2024. Again, member FDIC, Midwest Bank. You guys can always call or text us at 402-464-5685. Watch and comment on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter, or Allo Channel 951. Appreciate all the text so far. This is the couple weeks, Bill, that every summer, just, the CWS is over now.
And once that gets over, and especially when you had such a great CWS, and obviously it's right here, it's local, so it just grabs the attention of everybody, and it's exciting. And then you ended up with some two major teams that the last two games were not good, but there's a lot to talk about with it.
Right
now, it's like, where do you go?
Yeah,
where do you go?
Welcome to late June. And
it's hard to get
July.
excitement about. Well, when is the MLB All-Star game? What is that going to be? When is this? It just doesn't create a lot of buzz.
In July, you get probably by mid-July start getting some preseason watch stuff in terms of players to watch out for in college football. You get maybe some early rankings.
Well, media stuff. I think
media days,
the
late
SEC
July.
starts like in mid-July.
Yeah, they're
like the 16th.
That's helpful.
Yes,
mid-July they're getting in session, and the Big Ten's late July, the 26th, 27th in Indianapolis. So you get something. But the next couple weeks, 4th of July, it's just it's slow, but we do the best we can here. So you guys can always ask us questions though at 402-464.
Love the text
5685. Text line is crucial during these times. We appreciate you guys also. By the way, Sip is back tomorrow here with us.
Great. Has he left Norfolk yet? Do we have any do we have Find My Phone with Sipple? Can we track
we
him?
should have.
We should have.
How do we not have his location?
We should always have his location. That's something we need to ask
He tries
for.
to be very private in some matters, but
he will not approve of that. But we probably need to do that.
We can ask him though. We can say, "Hey, can I see your phone for a second? I just gotta check something here." So you got some. You didn't do the update. Let me help you with the.
Remember
update.
the time his phone locked up and the panic attack that set in? I mean, he was out here like he was gone. He was out trying to get it rebooted instantly. Right. It was a lot.
When the phone's not working properly, it's like it's game over.
It's game over.
It's hard to.
It is for a lot of people.
Oh yeah, me too. If my phone was dead, I'd be distracted trying to find out how to get it going. I used to have back in the years ago, I had a Galaxy like S2 something like that. It was a Samsung, not an iPhone. And this is dead serious. I had 3 different versions of that phone, and it would still freeze up. It would lock up like 6 times a day. You look at it's just dead. But that one you could take the battery out. So I took the back off, battery out, put it back in. It worked.
Rebooted.
That's no way to live.
No,
you can't take a battery out of an iPhone. You can't do that. The X2, I sent it back 2 times, and all 3 times the thing froze. So I swore off the Samsungs ever since. I said I'm just going to be an iPhone guy. That's why. I might have lasted longer in the non-iPhone, but I said I have to do this now.
I'm supporting you.
Okay, I saw this yesterday, Bill. Now I told you that when the NFL schedule came out, I was selfishly a little upset that the Dolphins-Chiefs game was not in KC. It's supposed to be a home game for Kansas City. It's a chance for Tyreek Hill to come back to KC. They opted to send that game to Germany. Yesterday, ticket sales opened for that game, and within 15 minutes, the Kansas City Chiefs and Miami Dolphins game in Germany was sold out. Sold out.
What was the number? How big is the stadium?
I think it was like 60 to 70,000.
I didn't. Sometimes there's some big stadiums over there, so I thought I know if it was in the 80s. I thought maybe just because most of the NFLs are in the 60s.
And
so I didn't know if it was a bigger stadium over there also, just that was built to handle more. But think of that. They're having the Super Bowl champions come over,
right?
So that's a pretty big. That's a big deal.
Well, it's a big deal. You have the Super Bowl champs. You got a team that's up and coming with the Dolphins. They expect to have a good year, and you've got it's offense. It's going to be it should be a pretty high scoring game. Those are two teams predicated right now on good offenses, and so you could see some high scoring game there, but. I'm trying to think of the attendance here. It doesn't say the number of tickets sold, but it just said in 15 minutes that stadium did sell out in Germany. So there's excitement. And I was thinking about, again, Nebraska and growing the brand. Now, the brand is very strong for Nebraska in America. We all know that. Nebraska has had 5 championships. They've dominated the 90s. The brand is lessened in terms of the success they've had over the last 20 years, but it's still a recognized place, a recognized school. And going over to Ireland, it was great seeing all the Husker fans who traveled. There was some Ireland fans who probably adopted Nebraska or Northwestern on that trip. We talked about the Big 12 as trying to, they want to play more games in Mexico and go that way. But how much do you think, Bill, that Nebraska or any school could grow their fan base if they played more foreign games? I'm not saying several, but one every year, one every 2 years, one every 3 years, like a commitment to playing more games in foreign lands. Could you grow the brand enough to make it worthwhile?
I don't know. I think the brand of the NFL is so much different than college, because they're really trying to grow the NFL.
Yes,
more so than just the Chiefs or the Bills or whoever is going to play over there in that particular situation. So I don't know if it's quite the same as far as the brand. As far as they're trying to sell the NFL, where if it's college, they're trying to sell, yes, it's college football, but we're trying to sell the actual school. And I think that'd probably be a little bit harder. I think it would create a little bit of a buzz. I would think something like those type of events you'd like to have on your books maybe once every 5 years. So you kind of say, hey, listen, during your time here, we're going to go play someplace out of the country. Every 1 or 2 years, I think would be a beatdown.
Too much.
I think for the fan base, I think it would be like we went to Ireland. If all of a sudden, if next year they're going to Germany, it's like, all right, probably would. Then all of a sudden, 2 years later, we're going someplace else. I think it would be harder that way to have it on once every 5 years. I think that would be different. And so that's just my take on it. 'Cause I don't think the fan base I don't think there's any part of the fan base that's just like, we really, really, really want to leave the country to go watch us play. I think they'd rather go see them play in some part of the country that's new to them. It's like, we've never been there before. Let's go play, wherever it is, and say, this is this pretty cool situation. We can go out there and play and go play at Boise. It's like, okay,
yeah, that'd be cool.
Fans are like, I want to go to that game. I want to see the blue turf. I want to see this. They're always good. Yes, they're in the Mountain West, but blah, blah, blah. That would create that more interest. But I don't know if it's going to build a major, out of country magnitude. I just think that would be real big.
I would think that if you were a Nebraska fan or somebody working in the ticket department, that it would make sense. How about once a decade? Can you play 400 games like you said? You're not going to go every 2 years. There's fatigue.
Yeah,
there.
Even once every 5 is a lot. So
I think once a decade is probably good, right?
You
try to play somewhere in 20 or 20.
Yeah. If everyone knows ahead of time, it's like, hey, 8 years from now we're going to. Yeah. It's like,
save up.
Hey, we're going to play in Spain. I want to go there.
Right.
I'm going to tie this in, and it's going to be a big deal, and how the teams all play out. I think this year, Notre Dame and Ireland, that's going to be a huge game. That'll be big for them and Navy to play over there. That'll be an interesting game. But I don't think it is. The NFL they're just a 32 team, and they're just promoting the league.
Yes,
more though than just a team.
On that note, Jake and Hickman says, "Isn't the point for people in those countries they get to watch the team, not to have the same fans show up everywhere?"
Absolutely. Yeah,
I mean, Nebraska. I really enjoyed going to Dublin. Yeah. For me personally, it was fun to go up there. But yes, it was. I mean, it was fun to see when you talk to people in Dublin. People live there, that they were excited to go watch the game either on TV or be at the stadium and have something to root for.
Yeah. But yeah, you want a different fan base coming in all the time.
Yes,
you really would. And then there's always a lot to it as far as how does that trip work? How does it work if there's, do you have a bye week afterwards? Do you have this? What's the next game? There's a lot of things to it, and it is a lot to travel that many people out of the country. It's a lot, and how you get set up and what your food's like and all the little things to it. It's a lot. And so it's the work that goes into it, where the trade-off is. I don't know if it's that big of a trade-off, because I don't know if all of a sudden it's going to be, okay, Ireland's now they're all Nebraska fans, and where's the benefit to it of like, okay, what do they do? I mean, there's not somebody that's all of a sudden like, well, we're donating money to Nebraska now. I live over here in Dublin. And I
made such an impact on me that I just had to do this.
Just had to do this. That's not the case. And so, but they enjoy it for the fan bases coming over and having fun and seeing and all those things. But it's a lot of work for that. So once a decade would be how I would look at it.
Now, Nebraska, they did play the very next week, didn't they? This past year.
Yeah.
Can you? How difficult was that? Because you go on a trip, you're out there for a week, right? Just about a week in Ireland. You come back, you get back, you flew overnight.
Correct.
After that, how quickly did guys get back to like being ready to, back to American time?
Kids respond faster than most, and so you got back to it in a pretty decent time. And so, but if you look back, if I'm correct, we played North Dakota, right?
North Dakota.
And first half was not a good first half.
It
was not a good first half.
That was a tie game in the fourth quarter, 17-0.
No, yeah, we blocked a punt early in the game on the first series or something there, but it wasn't we did not play great at that time. For the second half, obviously got better, but it was a hard one. And that was I believe 11 a.m. kick too. I know it was a day game. That was maybe 11 a.m. kicks. So a lot of things that go into it that make it harder. That probably even made it harder, just being North Dakota, and again, not to discredit North Dakota, but if you had a different name, a different logo, it might be a little bit different how fast you respond to it.
I can't remember if that was 11 or 2:30 the North Dakota.
Was it 2:30? It's day game, but it wasn't night. That's all I know.
No, it was. I think it was 2:30.
You'd like to have had a night game on that. You'd like to have all the time you could to get yourself ready to go.
It was a tight game. It was tied in the fourth quarter. Nebraska pulled away in the fourth after that, but you just lost a rough game to Northwestern. You're playing the very next week after coming back from Ireland.
Yes,
and you could tell. They weren't quite.
There's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. That's for sure.
Okay, from the text line 464-5685. Someone says the one school it makes sense to play in Dublin every year is Notre Dame. Do you think a Notre Dame fan would want to go to Dublin every year? It makes sense. The Fighting Irish, of course, we all get the connection.
But his connection is accurate. No, they would not want to go to
How about more than once every 10 years? Though?
It'd probably be more than once. I think that would be something that if they were over there like that, they're still such a draw. Notre Dame's one of the schools that just draws wherever they go play. The fan base is it's nationwide. Really, they're the most worldwide by far college that's followed is Notre Dame. So he's accurate with that to play there more. But would they want to, or would the coaches want to? Oh, they'd be like, no, it would be miserable if all of a sudden if you went 3 out of 5 years to Ireland and you're on that staff, you're like, I do not want to go back to Ireland. I do not want to, not because it's just the travel. It's just nothing about it is very smooth. It is long and miserable. The travel is.
Regarding the branding of a college team or college football in general, Corey in Lincoln, a loyal listener, chimes in. He says this in the text line. He says, I don't think it's really possible to grow the brand of a university abroad. If you talk to anyone from Europe about the differences between sports in America and Europe, they will tell you it's America's obsession with college athletics. They don't understand it at all and don't have any comparison to American collegiate athletics. They don't understand why we care about it at all. Like you said, NFL, global, get that.
Yes.
College game, maybe not as much, or at least for a specific university.
Yeah. And I don't feel they have like what he's saying, if I'm hearing Corey right, and is that it's just not the the energy on campus where it's mayhem. It's a big game. It's a big basketball game. It's the football game is just, you feel it on Thursday, on Thursday. Friday's a whole different feel in the city that you're at, all those things that lead up to it. That doesn't take place in other countries where they're rallying around their college team like they are whatever be their soccer team or whatever their certain team that they're supporting from there. So is where it's completely different. They're just not going to jump behind one team. Like I said, that they're jumping behind the NFL and when they go to the other places, that's what they're jumping behind.
I never thought about this. And you probably weren't involved in all of this, but someone says, Nebraska went to Ireland last year. Bill, did all the players have to get passports? What was that process like?
It started a year and a half out. Matter of fact, they were very well ahead because remember it was supposed to be the year before.
You're right, it was. Yep.
So obviously then there was people who didn't go, and there was ones they had to add in, and it was a strain for the administrators that were helping with Andrew Sims was the one that kind of headed everything up in that area, and that was brutal to make sure they never actually touched their passport until it was time. So it wasn't like, make sure you have it. No.
There's no way in the world you're forgetting this. We
have to get you home, and to get you there, we have to be able to have this passport situation handled. So yes, it was a lot of work. I was lucky; I already had mine done. I had a 10-year window, so I'd have to do any work with it.
I would imagine that would be a lot of strain. You've got a big team going up there, and who knows how responsible they are with their stuff. They they forget it somewhere at a park or I don't know at the stadium.
Whatever. If you're, the chance of taking 300 plus 300 people over and not losing a passport. That's not it's going to happen. So you're constantly stressed about that. The food is a lot. The food's so different. Even there, it's like, okay, it's not like it's just different.
Yeah, it is different.
And so right away, it's like, okay, what food do I like? This is so different. Everything tastes different. And so that can also mess with you a little bit. Sometimes just with your system, just on just how you feel and all those different things. But that had no bearing in the end on the game.
Before we get to break, 464-5685. Someone said, Jake says again, he's back from Hickman. He says, I think a big part of the appeal to college athletics is the rivalries, and all this conference realignment could ruin a lot of that. And I'm not sure how that expands.
Doesn't really hit on the expansion, but what he's saying is accurate. If you lose rivalry games, like now, Bedlam's done.
Yep.
Oklahoma after the Oklahoma State's like, no, we're not playing you. And I doubt that Oklahoma wants to play them because when they get to their non-conference games, they want one of their non-conference games to be Oklahoma State.
Yep. No.
That because
don't think so.
I mean, after their first year, everyone assumes that the SEC is going to go to 9 games after this first. Everyone kind of feels like the 2024 was just too difficult to adjust everyone's preset schedules. And so they end up going the other way. Everyone wants 9. every other conference plays 9. They'll end up playing 9. They will. That will happen. And so if all of a sudden one of your other games is a major rivalry game, that's a lot. So if you're Texas, if you're Oklahoma, you're playing some major rivalry games already. And so that's just a different deal, how that would play out. So I do agree with that. When you get into, like you said, you just don't have any teams right now. If you take the elite of the elite teams, they all have natural one AAA and then one AA rival. They have their AAA and their AA, just like Alabama, like that. LSU is a AA or A rivalry. Auburn's the rivalry. And so, but tell me what great team right now that's playing in college football that doesn't have a rival. And that's what stinks for Nebraska. They don't have a rival. They were able to, because of the success of Colorado, to make so Colorado became a rival also. And so then once that dispersed, when Colorado was on, because obviously it was Oklahoma, so Nebraska had one of the top 5 college football games in the rivalry world. The Nebraska Oklahoma was a top 5, maybe top 3, maybe it's sometimes 1 or 2. But you take the Ohio State Michigans and Notre Dame USCs, all the top Auburn Alabama. They were one of those. Then you lost it. Then you had like we said before, yes, people want to adamantly beat Iowa. Iowa wants to adamantly beat Nebraska. That's not a rival. You go back on some of these rivalries. Some of these teams have played for over 100 years straight.
Yep.
And where Nebraska and Iowa straight have played like 10.
Yep, 10.
So that's
not the same.
It's not the same. It's just not the same. And that rivalry phase will go away a little bit. Now they're going to stay as if they stay as common opponents, which is great. But then also when it goes to just no divisions, the rivalry changes because you're battling. If you're battling Iowa for the spot to win the West to go to the championship, that creates more of a rivalry.
Absolutely.
But now when you're not fighting them directly for that spot, it's a little bit different.
When we come back, we will have a special guest in studio.
Oh, that's awesome.
Jeff Essink from Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. Another challenge coming up here soon. We'll hear from Jeff next in studio on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 97 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Beat the heat and make 4th of July truly monumental at Generation V.
Generation V.
This weekend only, Generation V has incredible deals that'll blow you away. Stock up on select disposables as low as 25% off all pet products.
Generation V.
July 1st through 4th, experience monumental savings up to 33% off mods, e-liquid, Delta 8, and more. Generation V with 16 Nebraska locations and a new location at 27th and Superior. GenerationV.com. Vapes contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
If your home water doesn't taste right, look right, or smell right, just call Bryant for the solution to your water problem. Call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 toss Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Make sure to stop by this 88-cent wing.
Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you, your community, your Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
If you struggle with joint pain, You don't need surgery to get back to full health. When met on surgery, moderate to severe joint pain. Patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. Don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefit work through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Greg!
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This
good morning.
Early break with brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Day mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com.
Just because Sip is out today doesn't mean we can't fill a spot with somebody for a segment. That person is Jeff Essink from Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. Jeff, good morning. Extreme. Jeff, what's going on? Good morning, man.
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Good. You told us before you walked in you've already done a class today, 6 a.m. at Farrell's.
Yep, taught at 6 a.m. AD was in class, so that was fun. Yep.
Nice.
So taught and then headed over here.
Where was he at? Which location was he at? Metal Lane?
He's at Yankee Ridge.
Okay, gotcha.
South one. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, great. Jeff is also the host of Fitness Fanatics every Sunday from 9 to 11 a.m. here on 93.7 The Ticket. Great show with your wife, Nicole. By the way, your anniversary yesterday, 25 years?
Yes, 25 years we've been married.
Congratulations, Jeff.
Long time.
Yes.
You've been married for what, 2?
Just shy of 3.
Oh.
Just shy of 3. We're over
just
2.
Just a little
shy
baby.
Of 3. Yeah, just a little
When
baby.
is the anniversary for you?
October 17th.
Nice.
Yeah, we got fortunate. That was actually a COVID wedding, and it was right. So Nebraska, the season kind of got postponed because of COVID.
Yeah.
And that was like the last week before they actually started playing. They played the 24th. So I thought it was going to be on a game day, which I was petrified of. I said, this cannot happen.
Yeah.
This was scheduled for a bye week intentionally, which I didn't want to even be in football season, but it worked.
Yeah, that's why you don't schedule weddings. My wedding is June.
I know. I prefer
nothing happening in June.
But it worked out for us, so it all is well. But Jeff is here to promote. Hey, it's been a fun run for you. The past years have been very successful for these 10-week challenges. You have another 10-week challenge coming up on July 8th, and Bill just did the last 10-week challenge.
I did.
He did.
And there's a couple things about it that I think that the breakers and the listeners want to know about. First of all, you want to do this. I've never felt so good in my life as far as it, and it's just belonging is the number one thing. But the thing people need to understand is if you are at whatever level, the most novice level that you're at, is that it conforms to you. And so you don't want to be intimidated walking in the door. I didn't want to walk in the door, and I still I was lifting and running or doing something every day, and I didn't want to walk in the door because it's like, this is different. This is a whole different deal. There's people in there. There's no evaluation. The instructors are ridiculous as far as how prepared they are, and they're also just like, and they always teach you how to modify on the run. If you can't do this, just do this. If you're not doing this, we're doing fine. And their whole thing is just showing up. It's like, if you're in attendance every day, great things are going to happen to you, and you just naturally are going to get better. And so, just people, I'm telling you, if you're concerned, like, I don't know if this is me, get in there and just get started. And once you get started, then you won't miss. You won't miss at all. And so I couldn't speak any more highly of it, how it's organized. Jeff and Nicole are there for every class. So they split it up between the two sections. And they do it by, so they're each location every week, how they split it up. But they're there at, whatever, 4:30 in the morning when the first class starts at 5. And so all the way through until the 9:15s, or and they have a little break until the afternoon sessions start. But they're always there also. And so I can't stress enough how comfortable you'll feel if you feel that, I don't know if I want to do this, I'm just nervous about doing it. You'll be fine.
Pretty endorsement there, Jim.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I think, because you hear extreme, right? Farrell's extreme body shape. And I know when I first started 15 years ago, hearing the extreme for me was like, I got to do what? I got to work out 6 days a week. I can't even walk from here to my car, without getting out of breath. But the great thing about Farrell's and starting with the challenge is, like what Bill said, is it meets you at your level. Like, we have members, our oldest member is 73, our youngest member is 12. We have just people of all different athletic abilities, fitness levels, ages. You can really get out of it what you put into it. And the classes are designed for the beginners. So I know, like, we've been doing stuff with you guys 2 years, and every single 10-week challenge, we have ticket listeners that sign up and then they get done and they're like, I wish I would have done this a year ago or 2 sessions ago. So we have another opportunity. Starts next Saturday, July 8th. So you get to go have your 4th of July celebrations, cookouts, eat what you want, eat as much as you want. And then we kick it off next weekend.
You work it off.
That's right.
For
yes.
10 weeks.
Yes.
This goes all the way to early September. Then was 10 weeks. For
so September 15th is when the end of the 10 weeks are. So if you think about what's going to happen between now and then, Nebraska will already be 2-0 by the time you're done. This session goes by really fast because you guys were just talking on my way in. I was listening how, like, this is the doldrums. There's just nothing going on. It's, like, we need help and this and that, like, 'cause there's just not a lot of sports stuff going on except for baseball. So starting the 10-week challenge, like, they always go by so fast. So before you know it, football season will be here. Because you're going to be getting in shape.
Well, the 15th, that'd be Nebraska's first home game.
Yes.
Too, right. So the first 2 games are on the road. You're not going to party that hard, right?
Right.
You got this the 8. That's week 9 and 10.
Yes.
And you get to celebrate with the first home game.
Yes. So our party's Friday night, because we always schedule things around the Huskers, right?
Well,
we're not going to have a party on Saturday when Nebraska plays at home. So our party's on Friday night. First game of the year is on Saturday. So that's the end of the 10 weeks. So what a great way to celebrate all your accomplishments.
There's always a lot of questions in terms of, okay, I'm a busy person. I'm busy in the mornings, busy in the evenings. How many classes are there? What are the class times and the 2 locations you have?
So for our South location, which is on South 40th and Yankee Hill, our earliest class is 4 a.m.
Ooh.
So we do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8:30. So we have 5 classes in the morning. Then we have a 4:30 p.m., 30 p.m. And then at our other location, the one that Bill goes to on North 70th and Vine up in Meadow Lane, 4, 5, and 6 in the morning. We have a 9:15. We have a afternoon class at 12:15, which is a 30-minute express class. So you get in and out, get back to work over your lunch, which that's a very popular time. And then we have a 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. And we also have a virtual option as well. So if you get stuck at work or you got to travel, you can do your Farrell's workout from home. So we have members in Virginia. We have somebody in Florida getting ready to do this next 10-week challenge. So I know from listening to the roll call, you guys have listeners in every state in the country. So if you're like, gosh, I hear about Farrell's, I wish I could do this. You can from wherever you're at.
Yeah, I think that what you said is big because it's hard for people in their minds to commit to something that's 10 weeks long, saying, I got to be around. I can't go anywhere. I can't take vacation. I mean, you encourage them to be there every day possible, but you can live your life and be away, but still get your workout in.
Absolutely. And, if it's all about finding balance too, like if you miss a few days, it's okay. Like, we want to teach you like sustainable ways to eat, to live a healthy lifestyle over a long period of time. So if you miss a few days, that's okay. There's never going to be a perfect 10-week where you're not having anything going on. It's like when it's like, okay, when should we have a baby? Well, you're never going to be ready to have a baby, right? If there's some that and this and that. So there's always something going on, but sometimes you have to make, a little bit of sacrifices to put your health a priority, which I know one thing I wanted to bring up is, Bill's busy guy, right? Always on the phone. He's in very high demand, wants to go here, speak there. But when he's at the gym, that's an hour where he doesn't have his phone, right? So he can just focus on himself for that 1 hour. And I think that's so important, not just for your physical health, but for your mental health as well. Kind of getting you through the day, and you can take out your frustration on that bag and really focus on yourself for that 1 hour without any interruptions.
You get such of a team mentality also. Like the 9:15 class I was in, it was like they call me radio guy, but
radio guy.
And if you
Wow.
don't, if you don't show up,
Radio guy.
there's kind of like, hey, where were you?
Yeah.
And I want to know. And if there's time I had to miss for something, I'd say, hey, I'm not going to be here on Friday, so everyone knows, because they find out where you're at, what's going on. You don't want to miss. It's crazy how you don't even want. It's like you have your group, and you get really close. They're like friends. They talk about it every time you get done with the workout, whatever's going on like that. We're talking amongst each other before we start. And I met a whole new group of friends who would have never been my friends.
Mm-hmm.
I never would have crossed paths with them. And now I've got this whole different set of friends also it's just incredible. And so I really enjoy that.
A couple things from the text line on that note, coming in from testimonials here. Someone says, come work out with us at Farrell's. You won't regret it. Over 5 years, I've been with my gym family and love seeing them every single day.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's a family.
It's
a family. It really is.
Let's see. Someone else says, Farrell's, this is from the OG. CJ says,
oh, yep.
Farrell's 10-week challenge was life-changing for me. Just finished mine up. Not only physically, but mentally was one of the best things I've ever done. Can't wait to do it again. Jeff and Nicole are amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. And you feel when you walk in the door, you feel great. Everyone, you get addressed by Jeff and Nicole right away. There's never a time when it's not. It's been like, oh, that's right. They're over there. Me and Jeff talk. I talked to Nicole. We talked to everybody when you're getting ready to go. And like I said, the instructors, whatever you're paying them, you're not paying them enough. Jeff, you need to pay the instructors more. They're incredible. They really are. And they're just so friendly and they're so good. It's like, so you just feel great. And whoever came in, a couple times we had that would be like a guest person. Someone would be different than the norm.
Yeah.
They were just as changing.
I don't think there's ever been a sign that not enjoyed it and has not seen some really good results.
Like I said, and I'm going to continue on also. And now I will say this because they're so good about staying active in movement. So sometimes at the end, it gets very complicated. At the end of it, it'll be like, we're going to do 2 kicks, we're going to roundhouse, punch. There's like an 8-thing combination. So I tell the people behind me, I go, if you get lost, don't look at me, because sometimes I'll just start going. I'll just start kicking and punching. But no one's like, they're not like, well, remember, that's wrong. You missed one of your left kicks.
Yeah.
That's like, no, if you're going, you're going. Yeah. And so that's also you never feel like this is too much. This is too much. You never walk out of there feeling that this is too much. And you walk out of there feeling great about yourself after every time.
Well, it's tough to do it on your own. I think that's what's so unique about it.
I would never do it.
Just like, having the team atmosphere and the camaraderie. And, when you come at 4 or 5 in the morning, you're seeing people at their lowest moments, right? They're just rolling out of bed, not wearing their workout stuff. And so you get to have that community feel instead of just being by yourself, which I think is one thing that is really unique about, the kind of the culture that that Farrell's has.
Yeah. It's kind of like our radio show. We always feel that we are by far the best when we're all in studio. It's really hard when you're out of studio trying to call in to do the show. It's not the same.
Got to be in the building.
It's the same. It's the same thing, but you can get it done.
Right.
Like what Jeff said. You can still get it done, but that's harder when you're not seeing the faces of everyone and talking to them. And when we get done, you talk as soon as you get done. Sure. Everyone does their little sanitization of their area, and everyone's talking about what's going on for the day or who's going camping or whatever it is. You know about their kids. You know about their family. It's awesome.
Yeah. So,
how do people sign up, Jeff?
So you can actually go. We've made it really easy here. Tickets really made it very easy. You can go to theticketfm.com. There's a banner right on the homepage that you can click on that takes you to the enrollment page. I know everybody always asks about, what does this cost, right? So the ticket listeners get $150 off. It's $299 for the 10-week challenge. So that's 60 classes. You get gloves, wraps, 3 fitness evaluations, chance to win $1,000. And really a chance to change your life. So if you've been on the fence, if you tried everything else and you're just feeling like you're not motivated, you need a little extra kick, I always say, what do you have to lose, right? It could be one of the best decisions you've ever made, not just for your physical health, but your mental health as well.
Jeff, have you tracked anything with your people that started and say they got through a 10-week challenge, they got through 4 weeks and quit? Because I would have to think that number percentage has to be extremely low.
Everybody
seems like everyone who starts, they finish.
I'll tell you, it's tough. Everybody's at a different place and stuff comes up. But we have people that listen to the same thing, and some people will listen and they'll flourish, and some people won't. Yeah. It's like recruits coming in, right, to Nebraska. Some people will buy in, some people won't. The people that don't, they're in the portal. The people that don't buy in at Farrell's, they're in the portal to go somewhere else. I mean, kind of
I just know from our group that started, we didn't have anybody that didn't.
Yeah, your group was great.
We were 100% on who started and who finished. There was no one like 4 weeks in, like, I'm out.
Well, and the key is to
motivate,
is to relying on your teammates and your coaches and ask questions and know that you're not by yourself in this journey. So if you buy into that, then you're going to have good results. If you don't, then, you won't. So, but you can also reach me. You can go to fxblincoln.com. There's more information on there. So really a lot of ways to get a hold of us, but July 8th is the next 10-week challenge. We'd love to have you. We just had a couple ticket listeners sign up yesterday.
Boom.
So it's just a really unique thing. So again, fxblincoln.com, or you can go to theticketfm.com and enroll right there. Hit me up with any questions. We'd love to help you out.
He is Jeff Essig from Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. Guess what, Jeff? You're not going anywhere yet because you got to be at Bill's Lifeline today.
I've always wanted to do Shut Up Sipple.
Guess what?
But I've never wanted to call in because I'm like, what if I just bomb this?
So you're going to help Bill out today for one question.
You were
let's
he should be the lead maybe, but yes, you're my lifeline.
He's the lifeline today. Okay, it's a wild card Wednesday. How about we did famous Pauls in the past, and that's when Bill got Paul Revere. There's no Paul Revere today. Yes. How about famous Tims today?
I don't know.
Famous Tims, Bill.
That's such a it'll click really quick or not.
I think we'll do okay. If you know your famous Tims, call us up at 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Beat down Bill, or good luck, Bill. Everyone to call today starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
When Sip is gone, we still play the game show. It's just Bill taking over today, and Jeff's going to help him out for one question.
Perfect.
Caller, if you can hear me, you're playing the game show. Who do we have here today?
Good morning, Jake. It's Dane.
Dane. Hey, Dane. Good to hear from you,
Dane.
Man. It's Dane. Dane, how do you feel about famous Tims today?
Well, it probably feels good as Bill does.
Well, last time Sipple stole one and then he missed it, so that put us negative
that's
one.
Right. That's right.
That
Bill
was really bad. We don't want to do that one, Jeff.
Yeah, hopefully we can do better than yesterday.
Yes.
That's right. We should. Yeah, it was a bad game. All right, Dane. First question goes to you. Jeff is a lifeline for Bill for one question. Dane, what famous Tim won 2 Cy Young Awards with the Giants in the late 2000s and was known as the Freak?
Oh, what was his last name?
That's the key.
Yeah, you know the first Dane. You know the first
You know
name
it?
is Tim. 5 seconds, Dane.
I know it when I'm going to hear it, but I can't think of it off the top of my head.
5, 4, 3.
Tim Lincecum.
Yeah, I got it. Dug deep.
I just hit it right at the end.
got
Right there.
Attaboy,
Okay.
Dane. Nice get. Tim Lincecum is correct. All right, over to you, Bill. First question. What famous Tim was the former color analyst for Fox with Joe Buck for Major League Baseball? Also a former player. Long time.
Buck, huh?
Yeah.
What position did he play?
I don't know what he played. That I can't tell you.
What team was he on?
I don't know. I just know he played. He's a former player, but he was a long-time analyst for Fox.
Baseball.
Tim Baseball?
No.
Oh.
No.
Go for
the sport of
that was
baseball.
your guess.
I've never watched
I bet you know this name.
I probably would know the name. I don't
We
know
know his first name is
Do you have
Tim.
any idea? If you do, take a shot, 'cause I don't have one.
I'm the old. Okay, so I'm going to say this is what you would be your lifeline for this
Yeah,
one.
go ahead. Fire away.
Tim Carver.
I don't know if I give it to him.
Oh.
Dane, do you know the answer? Okay, here's what's going to happen. Judges can confirm. The answer was Tim McCarver. You said Tim Carver.
Oh,
should I give it to him?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
you
all
should.
right.
I think we should.
Dane, are you okay with that?
Yeah, I was going to get it, but that's fine.
Okay, all right. We'll give it to you guys.
It's a miracle I got that close.
Dane is very.
We appreciate that,
gracious to give
Dane.
it to you.
Having
Okay.
sympathy on
Okay,
the
now
old
you're
man
done
here.
now, though.
Yeah, I'm
That's
done.
the problem.
Now,
You're done.
Back to
It's all right, we
Dane.
got one.
Dane, for the lead, your last question. What famous Tim was the longtime captain and goalie for the U.S. men's national soccer team?
Is that Tim Howard?
That is
Yeah, he's
Tim
good.
Howard. Dane, way to go.
That's incredible.
Back to
That's
you, Bill.
incredible.
You're on your own. Jeff is
Okay.
out, but he got Tim Carver / McCarver
Yes.
right. What famous Tim is a country singer who sang "Humble and Kind" among
Tim
any
McGraw.
others? Okay, this goes
Yes,
to you now.
there we go.
Dane, you will go over under Bill's number.
Okay, here we go.
How old is Tim McGraw?
Let's see. 56.
Whoa! What do you? If you listen to this show the last few weeks, Bill has nailed the number on the tiebreaker dead on. He is 56 years old. Dane, because you were gracious,
He still has to get
in
the
giving
full.
Carver.
He's
We're
going to
get you a business box of bagels. We'll give the win to Bill and Sip and Jeff, but you are getting the full bagels, Dane. So thanks for calling in.
All right, good job, Bill.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Great job by Jeff. But you getting Tim Howard was incredible. 'Cause that was like, I have no chance. I could have made 40 guesses.
Yeah.
I could have Googled it and still not got it.
Good guess, Dane.
Yes.
That's a good guess. So
Yes.
well done. All right. Well, congrats to you guys. Dane,
Played a very
you
good
would have
game.
had Tim McCarver, he said. So the fact I gave it to you was very, very kind of Dane.
Yes, no, I appreciate it. We appreciate that.
But it's still good. You were close.
I was.
You were
Yeah, I
right.
don't know
You
how.
were
I
56
pulled that.
years old.
Now it's right on. Yeah, Bill, that's at least 3 times in the last 2 weeks you've nailed the tiebreaker on the dot. Scary times. Scary. It's scary good.
It's hard when they nail the ones when they have to name like the population of a city. That's a lot.
It's hard to hit those.
That's a lot.
Clarksville, Tennessee.
Yes.
It's more than 14,000 people.
Yes,
It's
yes.
170,000.
Yes.
But everything else you're fine with. Once again, Jeff Essick was our guest. FXBLincoln.com. Also, theticketfm.com. The banner on the top. The 10-week challenge begins July 8th. Sign up now. Everyone on the text line who's done it says it was worth it.
Please
Sign
do
up.
it
It's worth
for
your time.
just for yourself. I'm just telling you, it's unbelievable.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Well,
It
Jeff,
is.
thank you for the time.
Yep.
Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll chat with you soon.
All right.
The spillover's next. Bill, you're stepping out.
I got to step out.
Okay, Raph and AD are in next. We'll wrap things up next on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and the Ticket FM.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local business dedicate and helping them meet their financial sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments from 35 states because of word of mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
If your home water doesn't taste right, look right, or smell right, just call Bryant for the solution to your water problem. Call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Arnold's Tavern in Havelock is the place to be this summer, and the best place for shuffleboard. And learn from the best players in town for the shuffleboard corner for just $5 and get your first drink on the house. Come on Sundays for open house league all day starting at 10 a.m. and a $2 tall boys and $3 wells. Happy hour is every day from 3 to 6 p.m. Welcome to bring in your own Tavern in the heart of Havelock.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in June. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Teammates Mentoring Program. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
A few isolated thunderstorms possible this morning. Then becoming sunny and hot. A high of 96. It will feel more like 100. A light north wind at 10. Just a few passing clouds tonight with a low of 70. A chance of scattered thunderstorms tomorrow. Still quite warm with an afternoon high of around 93. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This
Anybody who knows me knows I was cocky out of the womb.
is Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the Spillover with Raph and AD, sponsored by South Point Medical and Aesthetics. Gentlemen, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Good morning, brother. Good to be seen, man.
Thanks again to Jeff Essing from Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping for coming in. Tell us about the 10-week challenge coming up July 8th. You guys are both Farrell's guys.
Yes.
Good program.
Kicked my toe this morning, man.
Nick's now in Farrell's.
Nick said he couldn't feel his stomach yesterday.
Yeah.
He went numb.
He was doing crunches and I've never heard someone getting numb in the stomach.
He had numb tummy.
Now, Nick has had some surgery before, so it's understandable with his stomach. But right? People know that, right, Nick?
Well, now they do now.
You showed me the scar, yeah.
I mean, they didn't know publicly, but I mean, now they do.
Oh, so he was showing me scars before.
I have shown you scars. I got 7 scars across my stomach.
I thought you had told people before.
No, it's okay.
People need to know eventually, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. They could know.
Brother, I didn't know you had 7. I have 6 scars across my
Really? Yeah.
You guys are brothers.
Yeah.
Someone like that.
But he still has a prostate, and I don't.
I think I still do have that.
Yeah, I think you have that.
I got some equipment missing. He's still going this.
It's kind of there. You got some stuff there.
There's a reason why I don't do burpees in there, Jake.
No, burpees suck.
Well, they suck anyway, but if I did burpees, man, they'd have an accident back there, man. When you don't have a prostate.
Yeah. we were doing a workout last night in the garage, and I get pissed when burpees happen. I hate doing burpees. I hate them. Like they're the worst. They put me in a bad mood. Mood.
Jake, let me ask you this. What's really the purpose of a burpee?
Well,
is there any scientific backed research that shows that burpees are effective?
Someone told me once,
and I hope Jeff is listening.
Yeah. Someone told me once that if you do like 100 burpees in a row, it's a good enough workout for your day, which is probably not true. I read that somewhere. The internet lies sometimes, but it's you're combining a jump with a push up with another jump and push-ups, and I don't know. It's cardio and lifting at the same time. I don't know what it's good for. All I know is they piss me off. Whenever I do a workout, it has if it's like a workout on the screen, it says, burpee time. I hate burpees. I don't want to do the burpees. I'm just going to go to the bathroom real quick and come back in 45 seconds. It's fine. I'm not going to do this one today. It's fine. I don't need to do this, right?
No burpees.
Yeah, I hate those things.
But yes. By the way, Sip again gone today. He's up in Ainsworth. He's on his way to Ainsworth.
Oh, he's going to be there 10:30
for the Carter Nelson commitment today. It sounds like again Nebraska is going to be the place he commits to. Obviously, they would not go up there if they didn't think Nebraska was going to get the commitment. We were joking on our show that it'd be funny if it sucked for Nebraska. It'd be funny for Sip if like Georgia is. And he says we came up all the way to Ainsworth for him to commit to Georgia. So there's a little
Kirby
part
Smart
of me.
walks in. Thanks for coming up, guys.
Hey guys, I'm Kirby.
And you guys aren't very smart.
Obviously, selfishly for the state, we want Nebraska. But a little bit of me said I want to see what it looks like if he commits somewhere else and what the reaction is of Sip and Sean and those guys up there in Ainsworth.
Jake, what's your gut? You think he signed
Nebraska? Oh yeah, it's Nebraska. I don't. If you look at all the crystal balls and all the stuff for the last couple of weeks, it's been leaning to Nebraska, which is big because take us back 2 months ago. I mean, Notre Dame flew in there. Marcus Freeman flew into Ainsworth. Kirby Smart has been been on him. Nick Saban called them. They've had conversations. So he's talking to big dogs, and the big dogs have come in there. Matt Rule obviously has been to Ainsworth a couple of times. He's put out pictures on Twitter of him being at the Ainsworth, tiny airport out there and flying in there. But it's big. I think that you kind of saw things going the right direction recently. And then, of course, you saw the picture of Daniel Kalin, the Bellevue West quarterback with Carter Nelson at the CWS game this past weekend. So signs were indicating that things were going Nebraska's direction, which is big because you don't want to lose great players like that out of the state.
Right. Jake, I think safe to say we all got enough people we know that I think it's probably 99% sure Nebraska.
Yep.
From we've heard, the people we've talked to, et cetera. You mentioned something, Raph. I want you to chime in on this, and Jake, you too. How different is Nebraska football recruiting since Kalin signed?
Raph?
say it's made a huge difference. You kind of have that ringleader now that's bringing in players that maybe we did not have so much of a shot at. Because I'll say this: if we don't get Daniel Kalen at quarterback, I don't think those two maybe we get one Bellevue West receiver, but I don't think we get both of them. I think that relationship that they already have was huge in the recruitment to Nebraska, is knowing that they'll get a chance to play together for 5 more years.
It didn't sound like that the receivers were going to come here without Kalen. And so he has been important. Now you have your quarterback, which is great to recruit, and he's from Nebraska. This is someone that says, yeah, I was going to Missouri, but I really wanted to be at Nebraska. I had the chance. Finally, I could not pass it up. I wanted to stay in the state. And now, you've seen just a really good run of players, and Nebraska players from the state are sticking around, which has not been the case for the last couple of years. We talked about 2 years ago, I think Nebraska got one of the top 6 players to come here, and that was Ernest Hausman, who, by the way, turned out to be pretty dang good.
Yes.
Now he's not here anymore. He went to Michigan.
Right.
So it's great to see that. It's great to see him stepping up for the state. And I tell you what, Daniel appears to like the role he has. Like he is embracing that, saying, I want to be
inviting people to Misty's for dinner.
Yeah, I want to be the leader.
Yeah.
Come on down. We'll all be here tonight.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
When you sign a player like him, you don't get McMorris. You probably don't get Hall, both of the receivers from Bellevue West. And I would say you're definitely not seeing him hanging out the CWS with Carter
I don't
either.
think you can hire Carter.
If he's still going to Missouri, I don't think he's going to say, hey, let's go to the CWS game. I mean, what purpose would that serve?
I think what's really got kind of lost too is just his placing in the Elite 11, that he was one of the top 11.
Daniel Kalen.
Yeah. And there hasn't been a lot of talk about that. I don't think as much in Nebraska, but from a national standpoint, his name being up there with those 12 quarterbacks, because you have the big dog and then you have the 11, but being that he was one of those final 11 guys, that's huge.
It's big
nationally. Just have your name on that list.
Nate Payne in the text line. What's up, Nate Dog? In FIFA, it's the same Nate Payne I'm thinking of. What's up, homie?
That's him.
He goes, will Rule be in Ainsworth? I don't know, Jake.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't want to say yes or no on that.
I don't know if he can be.
He won't be there.
Not until you actually
sign. I don't think he can be there.
Verbal commits different than sign.
Yeah.
So
he can't be
there for that. So maybe he could be.
He's standing outside in the bushes.
Maybe he could be at the bar. He could be at the restaurant in Ainsworth.
Just happened to be going through. Yeah. Dead period.
Yeah, Nick, it's the dead period, but he could be at the bar in Ainsworth.
Maybe he's golfing in Ainsworth.
Maybe he's got a lunch date in Ainsworth.
I'm just doing my tour of the state in Ainsworth today. I'm just going to play some golf up here and have a good time.
Just on my way to the Prairie Club and just thought I'd swing through.
Absolutely. Play a quick 9 over here. What do you got, Nick?
After the NCAA released the new NIL laws yesterday, I don't think Nebraska should be taking any chances.
No, and we're going to talk. What a joke.
We didn't go over that today.
Well, you'll have plenty. It's ridiculous. It's the typical NCAA. A day late, a dollar short, a dollar short, J shape. Same thing. I mean, they've known about this for 15 years. Now, all of a sudden, they want to talk about antitrust laws and, state by state. NCAA of all people talking about antitrust laws, they've made billions of dollars in the NCAA tournament. They're talking about locking something down. They own the market. So when the NIL comes in, they're trying to see each state, well, we want to make sure it's not a monopoly. Come on, NCAA, really? Really?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
They're just trying to flex their muscles now that they've already messed up.
You know what? They're becoming irrelevant.
Yep. And they know
that.
Yep.
And they're trying to
for a while now.
They're becoming irrelevant.
Reinforce their power.
All right. That's it for us. The drive with AD and Raf is next for Steve Sipple and Bill Busch. I'm Jake Sorensen. See you.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable.